In 2007, Kathy Freeman and Ian Thorpe launched the Close the Gap campaign. The seeds of the campaign came from the release of the 2005 Social Justice Report written by Tom Calma. Since this report was tabled in Parliament in 2006, there has been overwhelming community support to close the 17-year life expectancy gap between Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians.
We needed to do it under the auspice of a human rights-based approach to development and a human rights-based approach to health.
The Adelaide Crows, senior NRL players and celebrities including Missy Higgins and John Butler have also called for an end to the Indigenous health crisis. This support, together with that of over 130,000 Australians, has contributed to some very substantial commitments by government. In March 2008, the Prime Minister and Federal Opposition Leader signed a Statement of Intent, committing the Federal Government to improve the health and well-being of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples throughout Australia. In November 2008, the Council of Australian Governments announced an additional funding commitment of $1.6 billion over 4 years as a down payment to close the gap.
Governments have a responsibility under human rights and an obligation to be able to provide health services to all peoples of the country, including Indigenous Australians. All of that really does require a team approach, and it's that holistic team approach that we see in programs such as ASHE.
The Academy of Sport, Health and Education, or ASHE, is based in Shepparton, Victoria. ASHE is a partnership between Melbourne University and the Rumbalara Football and Netball Club. ASHE typifies the successful collaborative approach needed to close the life expectancy gap between Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians. ASHE's strength in helping to close the gap is demonstrated through its ability to raise awareness of health issues among Shepparton's young Aboriginal population, boost their self-esteem and provide opportunities for graduates to go on to a career in the fields of health, sport and education. Rosaline and Janaea have been with the program for 2 years and are about to take their final fitness test.
ASHE has a big part of the difference that I am now. I'd probably still be at home just moping around. With ASHE, I get up. I look forward going to ASHE every day because it's grouse. We just love it there.
ASHE has changed my life in the sense that I feel more positive in myself, more independent.
10 seconds. You can last for 10 seconds.
I went through a stage when my mum passed away. I got all the emotions and everything were coming back to me in that. And I don't know, I wasn't I'd stay at home in my room and that. I wouldn't leave the house. I'd just stay at home and that and be like a real hermit. ASHE just promotes things to go get us our health checks. If you're noticing different things with your body, go check it out.
Good afternoon, my lovely lady. How are we today? Looking good? So have you had a health check before? Yeah. All right, let's start
We are diagnosing on average 1.5 cases of diabetes a week, but also picking up a lot of cases of chronic heart disease.
So that's up a little bit for your age group.
If we can target young girls like these and they can go out and talk to the group of friends they hang around and then, go that way, so it all spirals out, maybe we can get the word out to the younger mob and get them in for health checks.
In my family, I have a history of diabetes and cancer and all their health risks. I just want to be healthy.
Tonight's the big night, ASHE Graduation 2008. And no matter who wins the awards, the program has had a positive impact on the health and well-being of all this year's graduates.
Yeah, I hope it's going to be a real good night. I hope I'm going to win an award.
Rosaline and Janaea, they've been fantastic since they've come into ASHE. They came in fairly shy. Is that real?
No, just
sorry. And we've just seen them develop, come out of their shell and blossom into young women that you see now.
The success of graduates like Rosaline and Janaea highlight the huge opportunities available with government support for community-run programs and services.
At ASHE, it just opens your eyes up to so many different things.
It's been a big change since my life 4 years ago.
Rosalina and Janae, I think they've inspired a lot of young Aboriginal women to say, well, yeah, I can make a go of this and have a go. I think that we won't see the real results until these young people have their own families and we'll see their children come through. That will be the real change, which is maybe 10, 15 years down the track.
We in the Close the Gap campaign are looking at a generational change, a 25-year strategy.
The success of this campaign in achieving Indigenous health equality is up to all of us. While we have made some substantial progress, we urgently need governments to work with Indigenous leaders and health organisations to develop short, medium and long-term plans that translate their commitment and additional funding into effective and expanded services on the ground. These plans need to be transparent and have clear targets so we can measure our progress. That is why your ongoing support to Close the Gap is vital. We must keep up the pressure for a national action plan if we are to achieve health equality for all Australians.
Really thank everyone for coming today and putting a commitment into today. I think it's something that's only the start. We have to make a commitment for a long time to this issue.
Make the gap smaller. Let's try and do that in the next generation, because we don't want our young children to be dying 20 years younger than the average white Australian.
Close the gap! Come on Australia, close the gap! Sign a pledge, talk to your local candidates, tell a friend, buy a t-shirt, email, call a friend, come on Australia!
It's about equality in Australia so that all people have the same life expectancy, and we need to take it on as a nation as a big issue.
More than 125,000 Australians have so far pledged their support, but we need your help to close the gap.